I'm Bishop Dr. Godwin Madu, the senior pastor of Grace Cathedral, Grace of God Mission International, 2B Owerri Road, Asata, Enugu. By the grace of God, controlling the Enugu region, which comprises of Ebonyi and Enugu, we have about 12 divisions within the region.
Okay, Reverend Dr. Godwin Madu, sir. It's a pleasure having you join us on the show today, and we would like to start with you on this note. You're looking all very cheerful and very good looking. I don't know if you want to share part of the secret with us, sir.
The joy of salvation, the joy of the Lord, and not the joy of the society, but the joy that there is a hope in Christ.
Not the joy of the society. It's not new anymore in society now that people are going through a whole lot. Talking about economic hardship, hunger in the land. I wouldn't know, how would you describe what people are going through right now in the society, sir?
We are not the only country going through hard time. Globally, there is a great financial and economic crisis. There's no nation today that you can say all is well with them. Yes, our resources may not be well managed, may not be goodly managed, but every nation is struggling, including America, Russia, China, European countries, Asian countries. Name it, you come to Africa, no matter how the economy or the currency looks good and promising, no nation in the whole world is without a suffering. The issue about our own case is that we have the resources, we have the manpower, we have the leadership, but our resources appear not to be evenly distributed. In short, everything rises and falls on leadership. Because if the leadership creates a healthy economic society, the subjects will thrive by themselves. They will labor by themselves. When you look at our own case, it's a generator-driven economy. And a generator-driven economy can go nowhere. And we are having palliative. A nation that tries to govern its people on palliative does not mean well for them. Because the palliative comes and those in whose hand it falls divert it to the loved ones. And when they do, the little that remain, they share to those who are strong, who can struggle and fight their way through to the open truck where the palliative is being distributed. Some are trampled, some bags are torn there in shreds, some people even die, suffocate and die, where they are trying to have their way. And some boys who can smoke something to feel high, can climb on others to gain access to the palliative or distribution of the goods. And it lasts but few days, and after that we return back to base of trying to, make ends meet. The Nigerian government has tried. They added a minimum wage, yes, but both the minimum wage and basic allowances, put them together, the price in the market is above what you are paid. So what will you do with that? And landlords and landladies are not helping matter. Houses that were built in 16th century, mud, and they painted it and plastered it, today they give it out almost at the same price that people build houses in the present day. So all this put together, you can see the alarming rate of slumping People are thinking of what is coming and what to do, how to survive. They think about their children who drop out of school and those that are there crying every day for school fees, for textbook. Why thinking about all this? Their pressure goes up, blood pressure goes up. Before you know it, they just collapse. Before, when one falls, you can resuscitate him and he will live. But now when one touches the ground, before getting to the hospital, they will declare that person, that man or that woman being ID brought in dead. Not even dead at arrival. When you do not get to the hospital alive, before you can talk of brought in, dead at arrival. It's just brought in dead.
All right, Reverend. As a matter of fact, the situation is actually very worrisome. And as you already pointed out, all of these things have led to food insecurity, bringing about hunger, bringing about poverty. I wouldn't know. Some pundits from different quarters who want to be quick to pointing accusing fingers at the government. But then, let's bring it down home. You are attributing some of these issues to the problem of insecurity occasioned by the activities of herders against the farmers. But then, bringing it home to the southeast, Ali, the rate and level, the spate of insecurity now in the southeast, you've been on the ground. It has not always been like this before now. Are you worried about the level of insecurity in the southeast? And then what do you think we could do as a people, to overcome the situation? We know insecurity is everywhere in the world, but then we must have to leave.
Igbo, in particular, there was a slang we used to have among ourselves in the dead days when I grew up. We had this slang of Onyaga na Waneya. Be your brother's keeper. Then. But in the process of time, because of political inversion of our independent nature, then you can have one Igwe or king govern a large territory and there will be peace. But as our young men began to grow and seek power, with the government looking for a way to carry out divide and rule. If you don't agree with him, he look for a way to scatter your jurisdiction and divide it and share it to people. I watched the governor of Imo State the other day, how he was distributing the staff of office and the certificate as a principal, calling students to come and take their results at the end of the session. And personally, oh God, I felt that the institution is bastardized, is sold out. Because he who pays the piper, they take the tune. Before the people vote and ask the one who will lead them, be their Igwe or be their Eze, they will, even if he doesn't agree, because they have seen him as a transparent man, an honest man, a man of truth and sincerity, they will ask him to lead. But now, they're not allowed to do that. The government will pick up his candidate that will represent him there, whether he's good or bad, and will hand over to him the staff of office and will give him certificates. Even if you challenge him, he will call the police to come and arrest you. So that brought a breakdown in our security in the Igbo land. And many people just want to practice what the Englishmen call cryptology, to be the only one that will stand in the society or in the local government or area. So any other person raising hair, by all means, bring him down. I should be the one who will be the only voice at the jungle. So any other thing must be done. So that with that, you discover that the height of insecurity keeps growing and growing and growing, and the high level of compromise.
So in a nutshell, what do we need to do as a people? Quickly, sir.
What we need to do as a people is to call our leaders to order in Igbo land. Our leaders should be called to order. Not just our governors. Our governors give instruction. The Igwes, they just thread his instruction. So what we have to do is, let's bring these people together and let's have a common agenda.
A common agenda.
Yeah.
Well, maybe in our next session with you, we'll have to bring it down to that level. The signal is coming that we need to round up. But before we round up, this is Enugu State. We've looked at national, we've looked at the region, the southeast. Let's look at the state Enugu under the current leadership of Dr. Peter Ndubisimba. How would you describe governance in Enugu at the moment? Are you comfortable? Are you satisfied?
Yes. Yes, I am satisfied. Enugu have not had it so good when it comes to structures and developments. And seeing the need to give life to abandoned projects. Look at all the projects abandoned by previous governors, the Chimaroke era, the Sullivan era, the Ugwai era, all those projects. For example, look at the Presidential Hotel. Go there today. Look at the International Conference area. I don't know when last you went there. You will ask where the money came from for him to do that job and bring it to an envious stage it is today. Our governor, left for me, I score him high. Yeah. He's doing well.
So in terms of percentage, are you going to give him an A or a B or a C?
I will give him A.
An A?
When you come to A, you have A1, A2.
Okay.
But he falls within the bracket of A.
Of A.
Yes, he does not accommodate much people, does not give too much attention to people, individuals as they want, the politicians as they want, to have freedom of operation and all that and all that. That had been on in the previous administrations, yet we suffered so much. Only few had their way through. But this one now is coming up with an infrastructure, a pattern, a system that everyone will benefit. And with time, you will settle down to look into other necessary areas.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So our government is doing well.
Okay, the governor in Enugu is doing very well. And then, dear viewer, on that note, we want to appreciate you for being part of the show today. I want to appreciate Reverend Dr. Godwin Madu for your time with us on the show. We look forward to having you more and more as a major stakeholder in society.
Thank you very much. I want to ask each and everyone to give attention to Aneke TV. Aneke TV is good. And they measure on truth and nothing but truth.